All right, y'all, let's get right into it. We're going to break down the single most important skill you'll ever learn as an esthetician: skin analysis. Girl, I'm telling you, this isn't just about looking at the skin, it's about reading it. And today, I'm going to give you the ultimate cheat code to master it fast. I mean, that's why you're here, right? You want to get real, actual results for your clients. You want to be the expert that they trust completely. Well, this is your fast track. We're skipping all the fluff and I'm going straight to the one skill that's going to change your entire career. And I'm not even exaggerating. Look, a good esthetician can give a nice, relaxing facial, but a great one can look at a client's skin, understand exactly what it needs in just a few minutes, and then deliver a treatment that truly changes it. And that all starts with a killer analysis. Okay, so think of this like level 1 of a video game. Before you touch the client with your hands, your tools, literally anything, your eyes are doing all of the heavy lifting. We're just looking for the big picture clues first. So the very first question you're asking yourself is, what am I seeing when it comes to oil? Just look for shine. That's your dead giveaway. If their whole face has a gleam to it, you're probably just looking at oily skin. But if it looks kind of dull, maybe even a little flaky or ashy, that's a classic sign of dry skin. Simple as that. Now, listen up, because this right here is the number one thing new estheticians get wrong. Oil and water are not the same thing. A client can be super shiny and oily, but still be dehydrated, which means their skin is thirsty for water. You'll see this as little fine lines, especially on the forehead, or just a dull look even with all that shine. Just remember, any skin type can be dehydrated. Okay, bestie, before you even think about doing a peel or some intense exfoliation, you have to check in on the skin's barrier. Is it happy and calm, or is it angry? Look for any redness, patchiness, or those little spidery looking broken capillaries. If you see that stuff, the barrier is compromised. And what does that mean? It means your whole treatment has to be gentle, period. Barrier health always comes first. All right, you've got the big picture down. Now it's time for level 2. We're zooming in, putting on our little detective hats, and we're going to start reading the smaller clues that tell us so much more about what's really going on. You have got to know these 5 like the back of your hand. Seriously. An open comedone? That's just a blackhead. And that's because the oxygen has oxidized it since it's open. A closed comedone is a whitehead, which is just that little bump under the skin with no opening. It hasn't turned black because it's not open. A papule is that red, angry bump that hasn't come to a head yet. And what happens next is a pustule. A pustule is just a fancy word for pimple, and it's got that white pus-filled center. And then you have nodules or cysts. Those are the deep, painful ones you do not touch. And here's a super simple way to think about it. This is your mental shortcut. If you see blackheads and whiteheads, comedones, your brain should just think clogged. We can work on that. If you see red bumps and pus, papules and pustules, your brain should think inflamed. We need to calm that down. And if it's that deep and painful, you think refer out. That's not for us. Spotting these things right away is what makes you look like a total pro. Broken capillaries, that tells you the skin is fragile. A lot of redness all over the place, that's screaming compromised barrier. Deep cystic acne, that's an immediate signal to refer them to a doctor. And that classic shiny but tight feeling, ding ding ding, that's your alarm bell for dehydrated, oily skin. Okay, let's talk about the 2 golden rules. If you can get these right, I promise you, you will immediately separate yourself from all the beginners out there, and you won't make the most common treatment mistakes. This is so important. Your skin type is the canvas. It's what you're born with. Oily, dry, combination. It doesn't really change much. Skin conditions, on the other hand, are like the paint splatters on that canvas. They're temporary things happening right now, like acne, dehydration, or sensitivity, and that's what we treat. You don't treat the canvas, you treat the paint splatters. So, the Fitzpatrick scale. You've probably heard of it, but why does it actually matter? Well, it's basically just a way to classify skin based on how much melanin it has and how it reacts to the sun. And trust me, this isn't just some random textbook term. It's one of your most important safety tools in the treatment room. And here's the number 1 reason why you need to know it. Anytime the skin gets inflamed from a pimple, a scratch, or even a treatment that's too aggressive, it has to heal. And in darker skin tones, that healing process is way more likely to leave a dark spot behind. We call that post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, or PIH. Knowing the Fitzpatrick type helps you predict that risk so you can choose treatments that are safe. Okay, you've gathered all your clues, you've leveled up, and now it's time to face the final boss. Putting it all together into one single professional sentence, this is how you sound like you know exactly what you're doing. This is it. This is the master formula. Let's break it down. Client presents with combination skin, that's the type, with dehydration and mild inflammatory acne. Those are the conditions. Visible open and closed comedones, you're naming the lesions. You even note the slight sensitivity in the cheek area. And you wrap it all up with a safety check. Fitzpatrick type 4. See? Every single piece of our cheat code is in there. It's complete. It's professional, and it tells the whole story. And boom, that's it. That's the elite level stuff right there. Being able to say that sentence confidently and, more importantly, accurately, that's the whole game. It shows your client and it shows yourself that you see what's going on and you have a plan. That builds so much trust. So, how do you actually get this good? How do you make all this stuff second nature? Well, knowing it is one thing, but really mastering it, that comes from practice. So let's talk about your end game plan. Here is your super simple training plan. Start with your family, then analyze your friends, and then when you're just out and about, start mentally analyzing strangers at the grocery store, in a coffee shop. Don't be weird about it, obviously, but it's all about repetition. The more skin you see, the faster your brain starts to recognize these patterns automatically. And this is what I want to leave you with. This is your new mantra. Every single time you look at a new client, I want you to run through this checklist in your head. Type, condition, lesions, sensitivity, Fitzpatrick. One more time. Type, condition, lesions, sensitivity, Fitzpatrick. That's your cheat code. That is your formula for becoming a truly great esthetician. I want to thank you all for watching this video, giving me your time, and also investing this time in yourself. Because when you invest time into yourself in order to improve yourself as an esthetician, that's what sets you apart from the others. This is a continuous learning process, so I just want to thank you for, one, investing into yourself. Thank you for watching this video, and tune in for the next one. You guys have an amazing rest of your day, and continue to shine on. Let that skin glow and let that light inside of you shine. Peace, y'all.